how about this is from Carol. How does ancestral healing work exactly? Thank you.
That might be something more on you, Tracy, because I am not a big proponent on, I mean, I get it that it moves through these things, but when we do QHHT, it doesn't necessarily move that way. It's looking at your own personal timeline and with your own lives, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
rather than the ancestry. Um,
So one of the things that came through in I think more than one of my sessions is that the person that was there with the session, part of why they came into the family that they came into was to heal the karma, to heal a particular karmic path from the family. And it was abuse. It was sex abuse. It was physical abuse. There was a lot of abuse. There was alcoholism and all of this. And she came in to forgive it and end it for the future generations. Like there was this line in the sand, it stops with me. And she would keep repeating, it stops with me. And so what she had done, as I asked more questions, she had taken on that karmic ripple of all the generations of this kind of abuse or, alcoholism, addictions, all the things. And then and here's what happens when you take on that ancestral, my understanding of it, you have to go through it in order to be the person that can end it. You have to go through it so that you can heal that and forgive it and end that line.
Well, so maybe that's happening. I'm sorry to interrupt there, but maybe I was just because so many times they say, well, you need to experience this so you can help others. You can heal yourself and then you can help others. So maybe it's doing something along that line, but it never was explained to that degree.
Yeah. This person, I know I had at least one that explained it to that degree. So of course I kept asking more and more questions and it just kind of like expanded out. And then they took her through, her higher self took her through just seeing all the ancestors around her. And they went from being kind of like dark and shadowy to being light. And this giving me chills, but they went to light and then their karmic, like, we keep having to reincarnate, and that was now lifted from them. So it was a really neat lesson or session there. But yeah, so there is some, and we hear that all the time when we heal something in ourselves, and it heals the people around us, it heals our children, it heals, we're healing it for all the ones that it touches.
Right. And I've heard that it goes into the ancestry, but I didn't fully understand. But that makes sense as to that.
Yeah.
I know that when we do anything on this level, it's going into all our other timelines. So, so we're doing things on so many different levels.
So many levels. It's like, well, what did your mom say? Convoluted. And that's what it is. It's like, well, yeah, it does this. Well, yeah, it does that too. Well, yeah, it does this over here too.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things that kind of gave me, like, we get a lot of light workers that are like, they'll come in for sessions and they've had these really hard lives. Like you're crying with them in that interview. It's difficult to listen to, all that pain. And then, then to put it into perspective that, wow, you picked that family so you could come help them get out of this, get out of that cycle. And how many people will say, well, I don't feel like I fit in with my family. I feel like I'm the black sheep and I'm out here and they're all there. And so how interesting, because maybe there is a chance, and this is just me spitballing, that that's not your soul family. That was a family that you chose to come in and help.
Right.
So maybe.
Yeah, they asked to go through this and you volunteered to help them with that.
Yeah. But that's just
and then they're in turn doing things as well. So it works.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think that just came in. Don't want you thinking it's a woman. Oh, I came here for them.
Yeah.
No, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I was getting the same thing. This isn't a martyr moment. There's definitely things you came to learn from them as well. And it's an exchange.
Yes.
But yeah, absolutely. But there can be some deep healing if you're willing to do the work.